What could make a man betray Jesus? Was it really just about money? Or was something deeper happening inside Judas Iscariot? For centuries, Judas has been remembered as the disciple who betrayed Christ. His name became a symbol of betrayal. But Judas was not always a villain. He walked with Jesus, learned from him, witnessed miracles, and sat at the same table as the other disciples. So how did someone so close to Jesus fall so far? The answer is both tragic and deeply human. This is the story of Judas Iscariot. Judas was not an outsider. Jesus personally chose him as one of the 12 disciples. Imagine what that means. Judas heard Jesus preach with his own ears. He saw the blind receive sight. He saw storms become calm. He saw people transformed. For years, Judas followed Jesus closely. To everyone else, he looked like a faithful disciple. No one suspected what would eventually happen. But sometimes, a person can appear close to God on the outside while struggling deeply on the inside. The Bible gives small clues about Judas over time. He was trusted with the group's money bag. But Scripture also hints that Judas had become attached to money. Little compromises began shaping his heart. And little compromises are dangerous. Because darkness rarely enters all at once. It grows slowly, quietly, one decision at a time. Judas may have expected Jesus to become a powerful political leader, someone who would overthrow Roman rule. But Jesus kept speaking about humility, sacrifice, suffering, love. Perhaps Judas became disappointed, frustrated, disillusioned. Sometimes people turn away from God, not because they stop believing completely, but because God did not become who they expected him to be. Then came the decision that would change everything. Judas went to the religious leaders, and he asked a chilling question. "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?" They offered him 30 pieces of silver, 30 coins, the price placed on betrayal. At that moment, Judas crossed a line. Not all at once, but through many smaller choices that led him there. Sin often works that way. One compromise leads to another, until eventually we barely recognize ourselves anymore. During the Last Supper, Jesus did something shocking. He washed Judas's feet. Think about that. Jesus already knew Judas would betray him, yet he still showed him love, mercy, compassion. Even in Judas's darkest moment, Jesus gave him opportunities to turn back. Then Jesus quietly revealed that one disciple would betray him. The room became uneasy. The disciples asked, "Is it I?" No one immediately pointed at Judas. No one suspected him completely. That is how hidden inner struggles can become. A person may smile publicly while privately falling apart spiritually. Later that night, Judas arrived in the garden. He brought a crowd with him, and he chose a painful sign to identify Jesus: a kiss. A gesture normally associated with love and friendship became a symbol of betrayal. Judas walked toward Jesus and kissed him, and Jesus answered with heartbreaking calmness, "Friend, do what you came for." Even then, Jesus called Judas friend. That moment has echoed throughout history, not simply because Judas betrayed Jesus, but because he betrayed someone who still loved him. After Jesus was condemned, Judas was overwhelmed with guilt. The weight of what he had done became unbearable. He returned the 30 pieces of silver, but by then, the damage had already been done. Judas realized too late that sin promises satisfaction, but leaves destruction behind. Unlike Peter, who also failed Jesus, Judas isolated himself in despair. Peter ran back toward God's mercy. Judas ran away from it. And that difference changed everything. Most people think Judas's story is only about betrayal, but there is a deeper warning hidden inside it. Judas did not fall in one single moment. His downfall began long before the betrayal itself. Small compromises, hidden sins, disappointment, greed, spiritual distance. These things slowly hardened his heart. And the same danger exists today. A person can know about Jesus, attend church, speak religious words, and still slowly drift away internally. That is why faith must remain genuine and alive. The story of Judas is tragic, but it also forces us to examine our own hearts. Are there areas in our lives where compromise is slowly growing? Are we becoming spiritually distant without realizing it? Judas reminds us that being near holy things does not automatically change the heart. Only true surrender to God can do that. And yet, this story is also a reminder of Jesus' incredible mercy. Because even knowing betrayal was coming, Jesus still loved Judas until the very end. Thank you for watching. May this story encourage us to remain faithful, honest, and close to God. And may God's mercy guide our hearts,